I've been out walking over here over Christmas and New Year and last weekend, and there's a serious amount of rubbish, and I thought we'd just make a good day of going out and having a tidy up, because people should be doing it. Look, Stella. They're gone, Paul. You've got to get into them. Last week we had huge storms over here, rainstorms and stuff, and you can see what's happening to the fields, but when you actually go and look in the ditches, it's full up with plastic and cans and rubbish. So all this stuff will make its way into our water supply, shall we say, or into the ditches. It ends up in the ocean at some point, and we know how much crap goes in the ocean, so we're doing our little bit to promote the fact that everyone should do their bit, and the industry, especially the construction world, should be doing a lot more. And we're in a position where we want to show that if the funding's there, we could get out all day, every day doing this and just tidying the community up. Now this area where we're in is surrounded by tier 1 contractors working at the moment. We've got Balfour Beatty that way, we've got Graham's Construction that way, we've got Costain that way, Morgan Sindall over there, surrounded. Now we're going to look at community, supporting the community. Let's get out. I'm going to go over to a few other areas that we know that I've spotted over the last few weeks, driven through a few of the motorways and obviously these back roads as well, but let's go and have a little look at what we can do and the stuff, because this isn't just hurting us in our water supplies, it is playing a massive part in road collisions and accidents as well. I'll show you that in a second. Now this, as you can see, is just obviously been fly tipped over the years. Plastic buried in to the concrete. It's all building waste, construction waste. That's a bag of concrete, cement. You got asbestos probably there, just been dumped because whoever's dug it out doesn't actually want to pay to get rid of it. You've got bricks over the back there, roof tiles, slate, bottles and cans beyond belief. A huge rubble bag here full of mortar. Just construction waste left, right and centre. Now, that's obviously not the good people in the construction world. That's obviously some people who aren't very, very kind to the world, society and the environment, shall we say. But this is only going to make its way into our water supply. Someone said the other day, I think we're digesting the equivalent of a credit card in our lifetime supply now, the amount of bits and pieces of plastic that's getting into our water. But not only that, but if you look at the actual environment and the habitats and stuff, and this is full of it. I grew up walking my dog over here, and this is full of wildlife. You come out at night time, you can hear it all going off. These animals and all that kind of wildlife is nesting in stuff like this, and it's not natural. And if we let the world just be taken, I say it's hurting the globe, it's hurting the world, but more importantly, it's happening on our doorsteps. I'm 2 miles from my house here, and I don't like walking and seeing all this rubbish everywhere, so we need to make a bigger point this year. And what are we out doing? Enjoying the great outdoors, getting some steps in. So in terms of our own mental health and physical health, this is pucker. And you look at the views where we are now. We're in between a few towns here, and would you believe it? It's just countryside. So get out, embrace the great outdoors, and do something for the environment and yourself. How about it?
Plastic pollution is devastating to wildlife because it doesn't simply disappear. It takes hundreds of years to break down into smaller and smaller pieces. Plastic is toxic and can kill wildlife or make them more susceptible to diseases. Animals can become trapped and injured by plastic and disrupted habitats, making it hard for some species to live and breed naturally. Plastic affects all life, from microscopic animals right up to the food chain to large predators and even humans. Recent studies have shown traces of microplastics in people too, meaning that this is a problem that affects us all. The plastic waste that is on our land is getting blown into the ditches, into the trenches, into our streams and into our rivers. But this plastic is then making its way downstream, and it's somehow finding its way into our water supply. This water supply is going to cause us, and is causing, a whole host of health issues. It is estimated that on average, a person might be consuming 5 grams of microplastics per week, accounting to approximately 18 kilograms over a lifetime. Human autopsies have also found microplastics in major human organs, such as lungs, liver, spleen, and kidney tissue. Studies have shown that ingestion of these toxins in human waste can cause amnesia, dementia, paralysis, and even death. 18 kilograms of plastic that is potentially ingested over a lifetime to a human being. That's literally a bag of cement.
Right, we're here on the A12 in Essex, again 10 minutes from where I live. We're on a safe lay-by where everyone pulls over. It's nothing too dangerous, but it's obviously a live road. But here, you'll see it, all broken tyres, lumps of timber. We've just come down here, lumps of wood. I think all the waste there is on the highways, the biggest, well, the main reported items thrown on there is construction waste. This one here, for instance, no loading, keep our roads litter free. You can put a sign up all day long, but look at it, there's just waste everywhere. Burnt out cars, you've got hoovers on the side, tyres. Our vision, and what we're talking about at the moment is, I know this road is going to change over the next few years. There's a whole sum of construction projects going on here. What we're thinking is, when there's roads like this have got closures on, let teams of us go out there and tidy them up and say, we obviously don't want to do it now, there's a hell of a lot going on, especially with the open road. But why don't we come out here when road closures are in place with a team of us and just tidy this up? It's not a pretty job. I'll tell you what, we've just been doing that all day long today. It was coming towards the end of the day and the sun's setting. But come along here and spend an evening on this and give it a good tidy up. If you've done that every time at the closures that are going on around the country, be that on the road or the railway where there's possessions, or be on the road when you have nighttime closures, capitalise on those closures when works is going on and send a crew out there just to go have a good tidy up. You could come down here, clean up. One, you're going to help the environment, you're going to help the badger set what's over the back there, you're going to save those badgers, you're going to do everything you can for that lot, and you're also going to save a hell of a lot of lives, because there are a lot of road accidents happening every year where they're hitting lumps of wood, waste of any description, construction one of them, but waste material is ended up blowing people's tyres out, people are swerving, and massive road accidents are happening. So if literally construction, if we can save lives by literally just tidying the place up. So it's quite worrying just how much waste is out there really, and you can tell society in general ain't being kind, but there'd be a lot of waste out there on the roads what obviously people don't realise is falling off their trucks maybe, but we can do something about this and we can really help it. We're going to pursue it. We're speaking to a few people now where we can get out and keep them tidying up with our network, but yeah, waste is everywhere, not just the oceans, but on the land that we live on as well. So we need to have a big tidy up, don't we guys? Have a good tidy up.
The most common type of road debris reported on the motorways that we drive on is construction materials, with 12,244 cases reported in 2022. We want to work with local authorities, and we know they're very tight up with, especially the way governments are at the moment, and how they fund certain things. But when you look at the A12 road in Essex, what is right on our doorstep here where we are based, there is serious issues. You can go back and go through Google and you'll find one article what even calls in the same branding as The Only Way is Essex, that the litter way is Essex. One being the A13, but two being the A12. Those two roads are voted as number one as the worst waste hit roads in the UK. We work on the doorstep of that road, we live on the doorstep of that road, and we really want to use that for a pilot scheme to show just what we can do and us as a construction industry can do to improve the communities we live in and the communities that literally support these projects as well as. We want to speak to Chelmsford Council, we want to speak to Braintree Council, we want to speak to Brentwood District Council to let them know that not only can we do something for them, but it's not going to cost them any money, because the local authorities are so hard up at the moment with the way government and the kind of society is. We truly believe that the money that construction is offsetting to help the environment and help pollution and all this, of a lot goes offshore, and I get that, and it's offset to companies far and wide around the world. We truly believe that a small percentage of that money could go into literally supporting the roads and the paths that are right in front of us, the doorsteps that we live on. So we are proposing over a 4-week basis now that we are going to be going out to the surrounding areas of the A12 with the help, hopefully, from National Highways. We'll be accessing the A12 where possible. and we are going to hit it hard to clear waste. We want to get out there on a daily basis, Monday to Friday, not just a once every 3 weeks. I believe there's been a few reports online that did say they do it once every three weeks. We realise just how much waste is out there. To make any dent into this, it's not going to take just literally one or two times a month. This is going to be let's go out and hit it hard, and we can literally see the positive reaction that it's had to literally clearing up the environment. We really want to get out there and show and record just how we are going about helping not just the motorway access to people to get to work and live their lives, but also the environment and the communities and the wildlife that surrounds Essex. I also think as a construction industry, it will give us positive press. And if you Google construction nowadays, there's not much of it. Our positive world in what we live in at Construction Sport is pretty much about trying to make mental health in construction a positive topic. We realise how big an issue mental health and suicide is in construction. But personally, where we started was by getting out into the great outdoors. We want to combine the two now and use getting out into the great outdoors to help our mental and physical health, to also help the environment and the towns and councils or the communities that we live in. By you guys working with us and helping support Construction Sport, we truly believe 3 or 4 week pilot scheme could be hugely beneficial to so many. Like I say, when the roads are closed overnight, we want access on there. Not getting in the way of the works, I get that. Works goes on, it's a dangerous situation. We know that, we work in it already. But we know that there's a huge span of road along these closures where we could get people on the ground with the right kind of risk assessments in place and the right protective equipment in place to literally go out there and make a real dent into tidying up our community. Once we've done this as one pilot scheme, I believe that we can get it out to the whole country, and other schemes across the whole UK can then start to see exactly what can be done at these opportunities. I truly feel, not just in the highway sector, but also in the rail sector, possessions on the rail or closures on our highways, there's huge opportunities there to really make a positive change in the environment that we live in. Thank you.